21, and then I'm going to jump over to verse 37. Go ahead, Sheila.
Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. And some of them said, could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should not have died?
Amen.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Sheila. I want to talk to you from the point of a question. Is Jesus able?
Amen. Yes, he is.
Is Jesus able?
Amen.
Is Jesus able? It's one thing when everything in our lives are going well. All the bills are paid. Kids acting right. Gas in the car. Touch a tenth of our health and strength. And everything going well, we have no problem shouting from the rooftop.
That's right.
Yes, Jesus is able.
Amen.
But what happens when the storms of life starts to rage?
All right.
Mm. I want to deal, but I don't want to use too much energy. Then I won't be able get your point one all right. But there's so much in here deep, because one thing we have to realize that Lazarus, Martha, and Mary was friends of Jesus. Well, this wasn't just any and everybody. This was some people that Jesus ate with.
All right.
Watch this. Because we can call some folks our friends, but we just won't eat with just everyone. Brick burgers already out. But we won't just eat with anybody, but these were some friends of Jesus.
All right.
And Jesus was outdoing his healing and outdoing his journey, and got word.
All right.
Got word that Lazarus was sick.
All right.
Got word that Lazarus was having a rough time. Got word that Lazarus died. Listening on WLV radio. Listen, that morning, and Vinny was ready to give the question of the day, and he said, breaking news.
All right.
Lazarus of Bethany. He's dead. Huh. Jesus heard the news.
All right.
But Jesus didn't automatically start heading to where Lazarus was.
All right.
But wait a minute, Sheila. You've been saying Sunday after Sunday that Jesus is able.
All right.
But now my loved one is dead. You say that Jesus is able, and it looked like all my dreams that I had was coming true. That looks like everything was going in the right direction, and then something just blew up.
All right.
Is Jesus still able?
Yes, sir.
Is Jesus still able?
Yes, he is.
I think point one, we must realize that he's never late.
Show no.
All right.
Show no.
All right.
Show no.
He's never late. I was on my way. I was leaving Mercy Seat Baptist Church as the preacher was still preaching, and I was trying to get all the word I could get, but I had to leave because I had to go get Michelle and get ready for Sunday school. And I said, I looked at the clock, and then I thought about, now don't you laugh, Free, I thought about how slow I drive. I said, I gotta hurry up and leave here, even though Mercy, see, is at 18th and Oak, and we live right off 18th Street. I gotta leave. I gotta leave because I gotta get there because I don't want to be late.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm on my way. And this sermon is already in my spirit. I'm on my way to pick up Michelle. And then I get a text from Deacon Rose. And Deacon Rose said, Ray, we going to be a little late.
All right.
Watch it. He said we're gonna be a little late, and then I thought of Shanta because I said, wait a minute, the only people got the keys to the church is me and Deacon Rose, but I need to hurry up because I need to get to the church because Shanta ain't got her keys yet. I gotta get to the church so I can let people in. Well, I have to rush.
All right.
Well, I had to push down on the gas a little more.
Oh.
Speed limit 35. I was going 37. I had to push down just a little bit more because I didn't want to be late.
Yeah.
All right.
I turned on 27th Street and I seen Vinny's car already here, and I said, man, I am late. But when it comes to Jesus, don't matter what time he gets there, he's on.
Okay. All right.
I gotta go. But even though he got word that Lazarus was already dead, that once he got there,
All right.
watch the text, D. Watch the text. As his friends ran up to him because one heard he was coming.
All right.
Well, she went out and met him.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that came out of her mouth was, Jesus, if you was here.
All right.
Yeah.
If you was here, our brother would not have died. And I dropped something in your spirit. I gotta go. I'm feeling shit. I gotta go. But let me drop this in. What you think is dead, it might not be dead because Jesus just arrived. Just got on the scene. Well, what you thought was all messed up, he came to work it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Somebody said, why are you trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
He already done worked it out. Well, speaking to Jesus now, this was, they kind of didn't want to get, because this is tight. This was Jesus' friends.
Yeah.
Well, that meant that they had a relationship with Jesus. Well, watch it. Now, I know we all some super saints. I know that we know that the Lord can do all things but fail. We know, but every now and then doubt does come. Every now and then the situation looks huge, the situation looks big, and you ask yourself, is God really
All
out?
right. Yeah.
All right.
What did she say? She said, if you was here, you know, our brother wouldn't have died.
Yeah.
Jesus said, take me
Yeah.
to where he lays.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh. Because we have to realize, point two, I'm trying to jump the fence. He cares.
Yes, he does.
Because when the other one was telling them that the brother was dead, and she cried.
All right.
And then when she cried, Jesus cried.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I want you to get that. Jesus cried because he cared.
Yeah.
All right.
In whatever situation that you're going through, I just dropped by for just a bit to tell you he cares.
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he does.
He cares. He ain't left you by your. He cares.
Yeah.
He cares.
All right.
He cares. Well, he's never late, and he cares. But then the question is still, is he able?
Yes, he is.
Because he's never late.
Yeah.
He cares, but Lazarus still dead.
All right. All right. All right.
Man, I gotta go. He cares. He shows up. He's never late. But your situation is still in the same condition.
Yeah.
Come on.
What? He showed up. He cared. But it seems like you still in that same. What? You still in that. Your bills are still due.
All right. All right.
But he's never late. He cares.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then watch this. You have to wait
Yes, sir.
till he speaks.
All right. All right. All right.
Wait.
All right.
Right. You gotta wait.
You gotta wait till he speaks.
Yes,
Watch
sir.
the text. Watch the text. Watch the text. I might have to come back because I'm just kind of jumping. But watch the text. Watch the text. So he said, take him to where Lazarus lay. Then he gets there and he tells them to move the stone.
Yeah.
But Lazarus is dead.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he wanted to just go in there and see Lazarus one more time.
All right.
Why would he tell them to remove the stone?
Yeah.
Because it's finished. It's over. Lazarus is dead. 'Cause he been laying there for a while. He probably was stinking. That's what the Bible said. Because Lazarus is already. You know that situation that you said that God blessed you with, and it was your dream, and God was working that thing out, and you had closed it up, and you said it's dead. You found it in the F file. You found it. You threw it away. But God said, remove the stone.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Come on.
That situation that you didn't think you was gonna get out of, God, Jesus said, move.
All right. Yeah.
Can I drop something else in your spirit real quick? Sometimes for God to work, you gotta do something.
All right. Yes, sir.
So sometimes before he works the miracle into your life, there's some things that he wants you to do. That same dream that you had on your computer, sometimes he just needs you to turn the computer off because he's going to work.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Let me get you. He's never late. He cares.
Yes, sir.
Then wait till Jesus speaks. The Bible said. I gotta go, Rick. Gotta go.
All right.
The Bible said, he said with a loud voice. Wait a minute, D. He spoke with a loud voice, and he said, Lazarus, come forth.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Yes,
give
sir.
you your what is that? The Living Bible translation. It said, Lazarus, get up.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
And if I had time, I would argue because if he just said get up, all the dead would have got up. Well, he had to call Lazarus by name. Wait a minute. Watch this, children. Because of the problem that you're going through, for victory to come, you know what God's going to do? Jesus is going to call you by name.
That's it.
Like when he calls you by name, he gonna call you by name in front of other people to let them know that this blessing is just
For you. That's right. Amen. Amen.
well, watch it. He called Lazarus by name, and Lazarus came forth.
All right.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I gotta go. We're living. We're breathing. Go and pinch yourself. You living?
Yeah.
You living? You living? But God is telling us to come forth on some situations, and we're living, but we won't come forth.
All right. All right. All
I'm ready to move. But watch this. When Jesus called Lazarus by name, and Lazarus was dead, but because Jesus called his name, Lazarus moved. Okay, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. Let me come again. Because he was dead. Because it was a finished deal. But when Jesus opens it back up,
Yes, he did.
comes
Yes,
forth.
he did.
Oh, before, watch this. Before, because you got to get that verse in. And that's what I want to get. Verse 37 there, Sheila read. That was 37, right? 37 there, Sheila read that even while Jesus is present in your situation, it's some haters.
Yeah.
That says, well, ain't this the same Jesus that was able to open the blind eye? Ain't this the same Jesus? And he let his friend die. But I come back and let you know. Wait until the story's over. Quit getting planted in the middle of the story and then call it quits. Because Jesus might just be getting to work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me
Yes,
close
sir.
on it. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back because it's some more meat in there. But I'm gonna come back. But watch this. Me and Shell, we watch ridiculous shows. Michelle turns them on, and she gets in her phone and start playing games, and I found myself caught up in the show, and I'll turn and I said, Michelle, you see that? What happened? Then she goes back into her games. And one of the shows that we always watch is My 600-Pound
Yes, sir.
Life. Great move.
I got you.
Yeah. 600-Pound Life. And Dee Dee, I get excited when they supposed to be exercising and following the eating plan, and it's time for them to go back to the doctor, and the first thing they do is they put them on the scale.
All right.
And they step on the scale, and I'm getting excited, and I'm saying, Michelle, I don't think they lost that weight. I think they gained some. I think, and they get on the scale, and they on the scale, and then the little scale numbers are moving, and then they take a commercial. Can I drop something in your spirit? Right now in your life, you could be on a commercial break.
All right. All right.
I'm going. God ain't through with you yet. The scale is still moving. You on a commercial break. And what I learned about the commercial break only lasts for 2 minutes.
All right. All right.
They only last for 2 minutes, then you right back to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then watch this. This is what I love about the show. They go on the scale, and most of the time, sure, I'm right. They gain 10 more pounds. Then they get off the scale. And I did what the doctor said.
All right.
I'm doing my exercise. I kept to the plan. Do you realize that's what we tell God?
All right.
All right. Yeah.
I'm looking it up, Sheila. I'm looking it up. That's what we tell God. And we know good and well we didn't.
All right.
We know we ain't good. Then the doc comes in there. Dr. Now,
Yes,
cool as he can be, with his little foreign little accent.
Yep.
Hello, how we doing? Oh, I see you gained weight. And I said, Dr. Now, I've been keeping them playing. And they start crying and coming out with these pity stories. And he'll say, no, you didn't.
You don't take this serious.
And watch it, you're not taking this serious. And then what Dr. Now tells them 95% of the time, I'm going to give you another chance.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going home, baby. I'm going home. You realize that when we mess up, God tells us, I'm going to give you. I'm glad that the God that I serve, he he just don't give me another chance. He give me another chance and another chance because I'm already past my another chance. I'm probably on my 9th or 10th. But because he loves me so much and because he cares, he said, I'm going to give you another chance.
All right.
And I was thinking, as we gotta go, we gotta get out of here. As Jesus speaks and tell Lazarus, come forth. It's some things in your life that Jesus has spoken. And he says, come forth. But for it to happen, Lazarus had to move.
Yeah.
Well, I just leave the question with you. Are you ready to move?
All right.
Are you ready to move? God has already let you know that he's able. He's already said that you have the victory. He already said, come forth.
All right.
But would you make that step and come forth?
Yeah.
And later on, because I dealt with it around resurrection. Later on, when Jesus came and he got there a couple of days earlier than the feast, because they was having a dinner in honor of Jesus, and it was Lazarus and his sisters that was throwing the dinner.
All right.
Well, watch it. When you think about what Christ have already done for you, then even though it may be later on, you ought to throw him a dinner.
Amen.
You ought to throw him a dinner. Invite all your friends and say, you know what? I brought you over here because this dinner is for Jesus. And they say, well, where he at? Let me tell you where he is. He's right here in my heart. And what he done for me, he done this and he done that. And you remember when that was Jesus. Yeah. You remember when that was Jesus. You remember that problem that I had that seemed like that was Jesus. Well, the question is answered. Is Jesus still able?
All right.
And the answer is yes. He's able. Because I've seen him do it in my life. And I've seen him do it in others' lives. And because I've seen him do it, whatever situation I get in, I'm going to trust the Lord. Because I know he's able.
Yes, he is.
He's able to say, come forth. And whatever the situation is, he's able to bring
All right.
us out.
Yes, he is.
Amen. I'm done.